now tuned into the DFPN, the Dat Villain Podcast Network. Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the smoke pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose mans is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Friday. We're coming at you a bit early. We were lucky enough to both get out of work on time, to come a little bit earlier. Hopefully, a lot more people be able to tune in. But you know what it is, Friday. Got your boy Mac and Mac in the building. And today just happens to... This Friday happens to fall on a very... how can I say this? An important day, date for myself and for a lot of people who know the individual that we're about to talk about. So the energy will pick up, trust me.
Yes,
but
it will.
For right now, I think keep a somber tone as we talk and a mini celebration of one Patrick Griffin. A fellow brother in arms to a lot of us. There's a lot of members in the Smoke Pit who were stationed at Eglin, where he was at. And for those who don't know, for newer members or for those who have been in and just haven't been around, on this day 19 years ago, the brave men and women of the 728th Air Control Squadron were sent over to Southwest Asia to set up a control and reporting center to provide C2 to all the aircraft that were flying around doing the work in Iraq. So a majority of the members went to Kuwait to get all the equipment that arrived there by boat, and then drive all the equipment from Kuwait up to Baghdad. And it was a 2-day convoy. On the second day, tragedy struck, and we lost Staff Sergeant Patrick Griffin. In honor of him, we named our radar site and our work site after him, Camp Griffin. The road that the squadron was located on at Eglin was changed from Demon Way to Griffin Way. They added a memorial at the Nomad memorial for the individuals who passed the terrorist attack at Khobar Towers, I believe in 96. They have since moved that memorial over to, I believe, Keesler, right? Or is it still there?
It's at Keesler now.
Okay, so it's over at Keesler, where the technical training school for all 1 Charlie 5s, which is the AFSC. It's there now. They have a little memorial display here at the 607th, where they train all new 1 Charlie 5s for the CAF mission. And so in our career field, it's a pretty big deal. Both him and I believe Airman Holt are still the only 2 1 Charlie 5s to have lost their lives in a combat zone. So obviously we're going to have a toast to him. So if you have your glasses, charge them. I am here with his favorite drink of choice, Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Oh, okay,
bro. No, look, I went and got the little shooter. Because if I buy a bottle, like it's not expensive, and that's one of the things I liked about Griff. Like he he was a man of the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was
Yeah.
with us like while we was on our bargain bin cognac parmesan. You know, he stayed in
Paul,
his realm
the
and
Paul.
stuck with the Jim Beam. You know what I'm saying? He stuck with the
Yeah.
Jim Beam. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So uh, you know, good on him. Uh but the crazy thing is I was at work today and our commander comes in and he's like, bro, yep. So 12:05, everybody meet me in my office, right? And he got a pretty big office. And we're a small unit, so we can all fit in there. So everybody's like, yo, what's all this about? We go in there and um, you know, he's just like, so uh, today is a very special day. And the minute he said that, I was like, oh, he's going to talk about Griff, you know, and then I got in my feelings a little bit, right? I thought he was just going to go on a speech, go on a spill and talk about it. Um, but it was real cool how he did it because he timed it to make it the toast happen on the 728th minute of the day, which I believe
Oh,
is around 12:13 or something like that, right?
yeah.
So he did the math and figured it out. When he told us, it was very, very emotional. Then he was like, well, Sergeant McCoy, of the people here, you actually, you know, met him, talked to him, worked with him. Um, so do you have a few words? And bro, instant, like eyes watered, voice cracking. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
he did this last year too, because last year we were in Tinker and the master results came out, found out I made it. Then he did this speech, and I had to go up there and say a few words, and it was awesome because we were able to do a toast with a lot of One Charlie Fives, dedicated to his late wife Michelle and his kids Corey McKenzie. But
Mm.
before I start looking like a fool up here, um, what do you have to say about Griff? Like, what do you remember? I know you weren't on that deployment, but you know you were stationed there
Mhm.
with us, and you were able to work with him in garrison in
Yeah.
DOR. So, like, what are your thoughts? Or you know, share some words, man.
Griff was the reason if you because Griff was a DST, and
Mhm.
if you were anywhere near that realm, which I kind of had to be working with DOR, like you had to train with him. So he was one of the people that trained me and make sure like he was the one that actually took the time out to show me the ropes of the OM, like just knowing where everyone what everything was. You know what I mean? Like all of your radios are on this side pretty much. Your encryptors and stuff are on this side, and as long as you know that, you can figure out. That's one thing I carried with me, like to be able to know the OM well, was from Griff, because he showed us that.
Mhm.
And I remember, I remember the day we found out. It was a night shift for us because the reason I didn't go on that deployment is because they shipped a whole bunch of us off to Tyndall. Like there was a big group of us that
Yep.
ended up going to Tyndall. Um, and Chiz was there, and Chiz had just retired and ended up working at Tyndall, and we were working the night shift together. And for some reason, I had left. I think it was from to get like dinner or something. I ended up leaving, and I come back, and Chiz is just bawling, like bawling his eyes out. And I'm like, "Yo, you good? Like, Chiz. Chiz is like
Right.
mellow, and like to come in and see him balling, I'm like, yo, something's wrong. You know what I mean? And that's how we found out because he couldn't even get it out really. You know what I mean? And the rest of that, I just
Yeah.
remember the rest of that night just being quiet, bro. It was you could hear a pin drop, and it's normally we talk. You know what I mean? Just to get through the night, and it was just quiet. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I couldn't even imagine it, bro. Like just asking like what happened, you know what I mean? So he was a real cool dude though, man. Like very approachable. You could talk to him, you could ask him questions, he'd help you out. Like he was a real cool brother. Real cool brother, man. So he's definitely going to be missed. Well, he's definitely missed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So at work, what the main thing I focused on was like how real he was, as far as he's the first kind of instructor I've had in the military, because you go through basic, where obviously your TIs are made to just be on your ass and shit, you know, and they try to break you down and all that stuff to get you ready to mold into serving in the military. Then you go to tech school, where you kind of got your MTLs who are kind of on that kick to an extent, and then kind of the tech school instructors who also are I don't want to say are assholes, but a lot of them are kind of still on that power trip of these dudes are just from basic, you know, so we can still kind of fuck with them a little, right?
Yeah, we can fuck with them a little bit.
Yeah. Shit. To the point where it's kind of, you know, it doesn't do anything to a new person coming in, right?
Right.
You're just sitting there like, why is everybody such a fucking asshole? Like, I'm trying to learn how to do a job. You're being a dick about it. You've been doing it for X amount of years. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get on your level, but you want to be a dick about shit. So that's kind of how my tech school instructors are. I'm assuming that everybody's better now. You know, not everybody is on that same level. I'm hoping, because I know some people over there instructing over at Keesler. But then I get to Eglin, and the move at Eglin was a lot of people were going TDY to learn their shit, to Luke, right? So they're going and learning the job here at Luke. They kept me back to train in-house to be DST. Oh man, my mic stand broke. No,
MacGyver that.
I'm gonna figure out how to do. But no, it's so like, you know, I get in there and we had Paul Parker, right? Mr. I know everything about the OMs because I've been in for like forever, right?
He's been in since the
his way of instruction was something different, right? His way of instructing was something different. And then you know, Sergeant Austin, you know, Harry Austin, I think it was he was another one, but then Griff was like my tertiary, right? So
that's because Griff was the youngest one.
Like
and like, yeah. He was the youngest one, like, and he knew, like, I'm gonna show you this because I know what they showing, I know what they're doing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you this in and out. Because I'm gonna keep them off your ass a little bit.
Right, because I think in his mind, he's like, bro, I know what you're going through. They did the same bullshit to me, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and help you out, and you know, show you what you're supposed to be doing, right? And walk you through it, because I know you don't know, right? And he did. He took that time, and I'm a hands-on visual learner, right? So I'm doing the CBTs. Shit ain't clicking to me. Like, I need to go out there and see it. And he would take time out his day to walk me out to the OMs and show me and walk me through the stuff, right? And I appreciated that. And at that point, I was just like, if I ever become an instructor, if anybody ever wants me to teach something to somebody, that's how I want to do it. I want to take the time, figure out the best way to get the material across to the student or to whoever's trying to learn.
They get it.
And
to where they get it.
Yeah. And to not be a dick about it, right? Because bro, you just coming out of high school or coming from whatever job, you have never done this shit before in your life. Instead of me being an asshole and making you feel bad that you don't know how to do shit that you've never done before, let me show you how to do it. Let me take the time to show you how to do it. So based off of that, like, I just took that and moved forward. Sometimes you have crappy supervisors, crappy leadership, crappy instructors, And then you have the good supervisors, the good leadership, the good, so just as you go through your career or life in general, people that you look up to, people that are your mentors and stuff, take pieces and take notes and see how they do stuff that you like and be like, hey, I like that. I like how he's doing that. That's how I want to be. And then also when you have the shitty guys, you know what I'm saying? Look at that and be like, that's not how I want to be.
That's not what I want to do.
That's,
yeah,
I'm not going to do that. So, that's what Griff did. And that's my whole approach, my whole career as an instructor at a CAF unit, instructor at a formal training unit. Anytime I'm supposed to sit down and teach somebody how to do something, I just take the time to make sure that they get the attention in the right method of instruction. So that's how Griff, that's how he impacted me. And I feel like by me utilizing that, his method of instruction and, paying it forward and having other students who I've instructed, both enlisted and officer, reach back out to me and be like, Sergeant McCoy, I love the way you do that. Like, I'm going to do like, that's the way I'm a instruct too. So in a sense, like, it's like, he's still making an impact. He's still making a difference out here.
Most definitely.
So that is all I'm going to say, but because I'm not trying to cry again. I'm not for that life again. But you got your shot. You need to pour one up, or
I got one. Before we do that, I did organize this group, and I did want to invite those who knew Griff, and they can come on throughout the show too. So we'll put some in there. If you want to come on the show, man, share your thoughts on Griff, I'll post this link, and feel free to come in and share it. You know what I mean? Share your thoughts. Share a story or two. You know what I'm saying? So
most definitely. So without further ado, let's go ahead and we'll take this shot, have a moment of silence for the homie Griff, to Michelle, Mackenzie, and Corey. I'm sure Griff is looking down, especially to Mackenzie and Corey, especially Corey, who is in the Air Force now, active duty, I believe, as security forces, which is what Griff was before he cross-trained over to 1 Charlie 5. To see him walking in his father's footsteps, doing great things, winning the awards he's doing, and watching his daughter grow up into the amazing woman that she is, and seeing Michelle being as strong as she is, being able to raise 2 great kids after Griff's passing. It's just amazing. This toast is also for you guys. And let's just take this shot before I cry, bro. So to Griff, to Michelle, to Corey, and to Mackenzie, to you guys.
Salute.
Oh my God, Griff, how did you do that? Oh, Jim Beam hurts. Oh man, but
that airman money, man.
That's all I got. Why don't you run through the sponsors real quick, and I'm gonna mute this and try to set this back up on this table.
Bet. So while he's doing that, guys, let's go ahead and shout out our sponsors. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Smoke Pit episode 78. We are almost to 100, guys, so stick in there with us. Hope y'all come in and share your thoughts tonight. Before we get into the show and all the shenanigans, let's shout out the sponsors. Plugs, earbuds, go to www.gettheplugs.com. Enter in code DFPN10 for a 10% discount. Also, shout out to Fiverr. You guys see our link in the Smoke Pit Podcast fan group. If you're not in that group, please go to Facebook, search up Smoke Pit Podcast fan group. Come in. It's a pleasure to be entering in new members and everybody that is coming into the pit now. So come join the conversation. Shout out to datfeeling.bandcamp.com. The homie E. Smitty put up some more new music. He is re-releasing all of his old songs. So go check him out. MRK Mondays is still a thing. So go to datfeeling.bandcamp.com today. For as little as $3, you get the entire catalog. And there's more music coming. This show and many others will be on the Patreon. So go to patreon.com/datfeelingpodcast. Fun fact, we're going to do our annual $100 Instacart giveaway. So that's a year subscription to Instacart. Go to the Patreon, sign up for as little as $3 there. You get access to all these shows ad-free, a lot more intuitive posts where you can vote on polls and stuff like that. We do giveaways. I may do one tonight. Who knows? So go to patreon.com/datfeelingpodcast. And finally, we have our merch available at the Teespring. So go to teespring.com and search up Dat Feeling Podcast. There's the link right there. For those that are not watching live and are listening, go to teespring.com and search Dat Feeling Podcast. And you too can be rocking some beautiful, and I mean beautiful merch, just like the homie Mac, aka Boy, is wearing tonight. So there it is. Did you get your stuff set up, man?
I vote that you do that every week, sir. I vote you do that. You did such a magnificent job. It's working, but I know I'm gonna have to buy a new mic boom, man. Like a small piece of plastic broke off. I'm just like, oh, that shouldn't be too. Apparently, that's the motherfucking Achilles heel of this shit. So it's on there. I'm gonna try not to move it around and do too much with it. But yeah, another one has to be ordered tonight. So back to my Crown Peach and iced tea to soothe the burn that Jim Beam did to my body. So today was a big day, bro.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
music
was.
lovers, more specifically those of the hip-hop variety, we were blessed with Kendrick's 4th studio LP, Mr. Morale. Ooh, I almost knocked this crown over. My heart stopped. But Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar's new album. And surprisingly, both Black and myself have been seeing, I guess you can call it mixed reviews. Like, I haven't heard anybody call it bad or anything less than good. But when it comes to Kendrick, the bar is set high. You know what I'm saying? Deservingly so. But it is a very, and we were talking about this before the show, a very personal album. It feels to me when I heard it. He is letting us into his life more intimately than The Good Kid, Mad City, where he kind of told you stories about himself growing up, which, you know, was like the street shit, right? Out there in the street shit, doing street hood rat shit with his hood rat friends.
Right.
I think this was more of his upbringing inside the four walls of, or I don't know how many walls in his house, but inside of his home, family issues, aunts, uncles, cousins, moms, and then even into his personal relationship with his partner. So I ask you, and I always love to do this because you two are an artist and put yourself into your work as well. your initial thoughts. Like how many? Like the first, I want your initial reaction. First, complete listen through, and then obviously subsequent listen throughs. Like your opinion may or may not change. So initial reaction from you, initial listen. What was it?
My initial reaction was like, this album is different. This is a different album. It's not your average, it's not even your average rap album, right? The stuff he's talking about on this album isn't your normal run-of-the-mill rap album. It's not. He's approaching this from a completely personal experience perspective, which I loved about this album. And being that he's exploring so many things that are rarely, if ever, talked about on a hip hop album, is incredible. And how he approached it, how it was delivered, the feeling behind it was incredible. The first listen, and it was such rapid fire. What's up, Gus? It was such rapid fire that it was hard to catch everything. The first go listen, the first listen, it was hard to catch it, and it was like, holy. The first time I heard it, I was like, holy shit, this is incredible, right? And I was like, I knew I had to listen to it again. I've listened to this album 4 times, and since it came out, I'm on my 4th listen. And I'll tell you what I did and why I'm gonna give it the grade I'm gonna give it. So I listened to it the first time because the Sonics just it caught my attention. Like the Sonics and the delivery to the Sonics was, he did a very wild thing. Like there's a theory that there's a certain frequency in humans that responds to emotion, right? And he kept it right at that frequency. He didn't go too much higher and he didn't go too much lower. He stayed right there. And the way he delivered it, it made you feel something, or it should have made you feel something. And I love that too. And then, so by the time I got to what's the one with him and Summer Walker? The one that shut the fuck up when you hear love.
Purple Hearts.
Purple Hearts. Yeah.
Summer Walker and Ghostface.
Yeah. By the time I got to that on the first listen, Kendrick was my go. By the time I got to that, Kendrick was my go, and I still had half the album to go. You know what I mean? I was like, this motherfucker's the go.
Right.
and
right.
For what he did with this album, for the next 10 years, it's the bar. For the next 10 years, this album will be the bar. And
the decade, the next decade.
The next decade.
This is the bar.
This is the bar for the next decade. The way you will see this.
That's not fair to these other rappers, bro.
It's not. But he warned you. He warned you. He warned you on Baby Keem. He was like, when I come, I'm killing everybody that's outside. And he was not lying. He was not lying. And for the casual listener, like the first listen may have been rough, but the more you listen to this album, the more sense it's going to make. To me, it made a ton of sense on the first listen. I just needed to go back and see what I missed. And then on my third listen, I listened to it backwards, because there's a completely different meaning if you listen to that shit backwards. So
really,
it's
like damn. You're saying it's like damn, like it's made to be listened. Huh.
Yeah, you can listen to this
I'm
album
gonna have to
backwards,
do that.
and it'll make
I'm gonna have to. Do that.
it is a completely different meaning. And I'm on this listen. I'm trying to figure out what that part means.
Wow. So then let me run through my experience with it, and then at the end we'll give it a grade. I'm assuming I don't want to get too far out of myself. I kind of think I know how many puffs you're giving this thing, based off what you just shared. But like we were talking about before we went live, and then we were also chatting. Like it's the fact when I look at this, I really don't see a radio single on here, right? I don't see a single that he was just like I need to make one for a radio play to get people interested to cop the album or anything like that. I think the closest he came to that was releasing Heart 5. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 days before the album drops.
Yeah,
I love it when an artist does this musically, when they make a project for them. It's not because the label's like, yo, it's been 2 years, you owe us an album. He took the time and created this. One, for him, and two, like a lot of people in the comments are saying, to expose and I guess bury the myth that black people or men, you can say men, but I took it as black men, that they too suffer, they too have feelings, they too go through things, and to sit there and expect a man to just try to tough it out and to move on and stuff. Because you listen to this album, you're like, this dude has gone through everything, like shit that I wouldn't even wish my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? And to put it together to where it's not your traditional rap album. It's not your traditional hip hop album.
Not at all.
It's almost spoken word with the soundtrack, you know. I think, is this your brother Michael Catley in here?
Yeah.
He said the argument track was real. He set the bar with this album. So the track you're talking about is We Cry Together. It's him and Taylor Page.
Yeah.
And my first listen was this morning. Yeah. Yep. My first listen was this morning in the gym. And that's kind of where I like to listen to the albums at, because I know I'm in there for like a good hour or so. So it's just me and the music and the weights. This was different because it's not my standard workout playlist, so it's not a lot of hyped up music and stuff.
Right.
Not that it affected the workout, but like I still got it in. But I was able to sit there and listen to it. I'm just like, yo, like the first time I heard that track, the We Cry Together, and that argument, like I felt uncomfortable listening to it. It was just me. It was in my ears. Nobody else was hearing it. I was sitting there like, and you know why I was uncomfortable, and we were talking about it, is because like not every relationship has had a fight that intense, but like I've been in, you know, I've been there, you know, I've been there. Not every relationship, like I said, is unicorns and rainbows and all that stuff. And to see, you know, like he's putting it out there, like these are arguments that I have had, you know, like with him and his you know, his partner and whatnot. The Mother I Sober towards the end of the second disc.
Oh my god, yeah.
Amazing. Auntie Diaries. Like I'm just like he is really stirring the pot, because not only is toxic masculinity running rampant through America, like the whole trans thing, the whole LGBTQ thing, like people are just feeling some type of way about that. And for him as a black man to be like, you know, my auntie is a man, you know.
Yeah.
And then like his cousin became a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then going to church. You know what I mean? Like,
that can trigger. That is going to trigger a lot of, I would say, black men, because I would say a majority of us make up the majority of people who are just, you know, the whole, they're trying to emasculate black men and this, that, and the third, and stuff. And he's making a whole song talking about, hey, it's cool. Hey, saying faggot ain't cool. And then the line at the end, it was like, yeah, we can all say faggot, you know, if you cool with a white girl, you know, calling you, right, you know, nigger, you know. Yeah. And then the song stops and stuff. But my first listen, like I was at, like, I already knew this was like along the lines of To Pimp a Butterfly. You know, you come off the high of what Damn was to this. To Pimp a Butterfly came off the high of Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly. And back when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I was like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this. It ain't got the shit for me to ride to, you know. But it took multiple listen throughs of To Pimp a Butterfly for me to be like, this dude is on another. He's in another lane when it comes to this rap.
Yeah, he's on another plane.
Yeah. It's not the same game. Like,
yeah,
they're playing checkers, he's playing chess.
Yep.
Damn came out, I'm just like, this is that Good Kid. Everybody loved Damn because it was almost back on that Good Kid, Mad City shit. Like, you know, it had the radio singles, it had like Hit Boy production, it had, you know, Ninth Wonder, like it had all the boom bap and all of that stuff. Everybody's like, yeah, I fuck with this shit, yeah. And then this comes out and people are like, well, I don't know. It's not a classic for me. Like as I got older, I just have to realize, bro, you just got to sit in and let
it marinate.
Artists, yeah, and let it do its job. Like, it's not meant to first listen. Oh, you know, childhood trauma, relationship problems, you know, transsexuals, you know, all this stuff. Like, yep, that's a banger. Like, you just got to sit down and just look at this for what it is. Appreciate how vulnerable he's making himself for the fans, in order to one or two, like, even if it's one or two people, that some of these songs, they're just like, oh shit, it wasn't just me who went through this shit, you know.
Right.
He went through this shit too, and look where he's at. That deserves kudos from me. And I could never imagine myself being this vulnerable and then giving that to the world. Right. Like, it takes a lot for me to be vulnerable with my wife, like telling her shit that really troubles me. Cause I there's a level of masculinity that I'm at where I'm just like, nah, fuck it. I can take care of this. I don't need to tell people. Like, I'll bear the weight, you know, I'll walk it off, you know, just give me some time. It'll
even he addressed that shit. On Father Time, he addressed that. He addressed that same shit. So I was like,
Time, bro.
Man, that shit hit me in my soul. I was like, oh my God, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, but him addressing like just that was incredible, man. Incredible.
Okay. So I that's all I've been listening to since 6 o'clock this morning. All the way through work. All the way up, driving up to the house, up until showtime. You jumped into the studio and you heard the music playing. So 5 puffs is the max. 5 puffs is, you have to listen to this shit If you haven't listened to it, you're missing out. If you say you love hip hop as much as you do, and you haven't heard this, you are wrong. That is what we're calling 5+ for this album.
That is unsad.
What are you giving this album?
You know I'm giving this shit 5+. You know I'm giving it 5+. You know it.
You were giving it 5 after the first listen? Or
yeah,
it was 5 off.
But that's the artist in me. You know what I mean? Like I can appreciate what he did. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate what he did. Not just for this album, but what it's going to do for people who want to rap like that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lane for people who want to rap like that. You know what I'm saying?
He's making it really, okay.
Yeah, it's okay to show your feelings. Like that. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable on a record. You know what I mean? Like that shit. I'm telling you, what this is going to do to the community. That's the bar, bro. Like that's the bar. That's the bar. And the fact, and people will hate the fact that you had Kodak Black on this album. Kodak Black on this album was a fucking Kodak. Genius move. It was fucking genius. Why? Because you have Kendrick on the track. You have Kendrick on tracks being vulnerable, and then you have like the street dude who Kodak Black is, and conveying that street side. Not only that, you have an established artist, you know what I'm saying, bringing in one of the younger hip hop artists that connects to the kids, and now you have that lane. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking genius, bro. That was fucking genius. If you hate that, you really have no idea what the fuck Kendrick is doing right now. You really have no idea.
Facts. I think it was one of the interludes where Kodak was on it, and he was talking about how people are questioning him, like, what are you doing over there with a legend? You Kodak Black. You know, like already judging him like, there is no way you supposed to be over here on Kendrick shit.
Rocking with Kendrick Lamar.
When you are known to be one of these mumble rappers and just drill beats and all of this stuff, man. I look at that kind of like what I was talking about earlier with Griff. Like you got to bring these dudes up. You know what I'm saying? Like Kodak is out here. He's in his lane and stuff. Why can't, I don't even know if you want to call him an elder statesman of the game, but who people, you included, are willing to put on the pedestal as the greatest of all time. Not who's it right now, like who's the best right now. You're giving him the GOAT title. Why not reach out to these younger rappers who, I think you, Wiz's Beast, like a multitude of you guys over on DFPN have done shows about talking about these younger rappers getting caught up in dying, getting caught up in the street life, getting caught up in shit where they're losing their life. Why not get them and mentor them? Like bring them on the album, talk to them. Who knows what they were talking about in studios? This man could have been giving this dude moves on how to improve and how to grow as an artist, so where he's not just stuck in the Kodak Black mode that everybody knows him to be in. You know what I'm saying? So having Kodak on there, brilliant. The track he's on, Silent Hill, I think is probably the best Kodak verse I've heard. Not that I've heard a lot of his songs, but I did not feel the need to skip the song when Kodak started rapping. Normally that's my move. Like who was it? Like on J. Cole's album when 21 Savage is on there. Like I skipped that verse. Like after Cole raps, 21 comes on, I'm just like, fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. Like it just fit. It just fit, and I liked it.
On first look, if you just look, if you just look at that, if you look at that first, if you look at it before listening to it, you're like, what the fuck? Because I definitely had that moment. I was like, what? Why the fuck is Kodak
what the fuck
on
is
here?
he doing on this shit?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? But when they did the interlude, it made sense. You know what I mean? I'm like, hold up. Kodak is actually saying some shit. He's saying some shit right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, it's the move. Like Kendrick is in that realm where Marvel is with me. Like, bro, I trust you. Like, you're doing this thing. I don't see where it's going, but I trust you. And I listened to it, and I was just like, bro, this is a big move. Big move, man.
Yeah.
It's big move, and it worked out. And hopefully, if you were giving Kodak some game, hopefully he takes it and runs with it. You know what I'm saying? First listen, I was out the gate. Like, if I only had to listen to it once and tell you what I felt about it, I would have said 4. You know what I'm saying? I would have said 4.
That would have been fair.
Probably about halfway through the second listen, I had no choice but to give it a 5. You know, and I get it. Like, not everybody's going to be on that page. Not everybody's going to be on that page to be like, you know, yep, that's a 5 out the gate, or a 10 out of 10 out the gate. That's an A+. That's a classic. Not everybody's going to be like that out the gate, because everybody likes different things when they buy their albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were still high off of Damn, and they were expecting some bops on this one, you know, and they didn't get them. So that's why they're mad, and they rate it kind of low. Some people are super, I'm going to stay in the safe lane. And as a hip hop head, you know, if I just keep saying Big, you know, Pac, Rakim, all the GOATs, all the old school heads, you know, nobody can tell me shit, because that's hip hop royalty at that point. Right.
Right.
And respect to them. But I think we're transitioning into the GOAT conversation.
Bro, listen, I got to kick somebody out of my top 5. I got to kick somebody out of my top 5. That's the debate I'm having with myself. Like, who am I kicking out of my top 5? Because this man firmly established himself as the GOAT.
So now I'm intrigued. Was Kendrick not already in your top 5?
No. He was number 6. But we've had this conversation.
You lucky
before.
my mic boom broke because I was about to swing it away from me, but I don't need it to be falling and shit. I thought about it. I was like, nah, that ain't the move. That ain't the move.
No. I had to put him 6. But the conversation I was having was, when this album drops, if it's good, either he goes top 5. If it's good, he goes top 5. If it's great, he's GOAT. Because no one else has had 4 straight great albums. No one else.
So here's my thing. Putting him in your top 5, cool. Who to take out should be super easy, because you're calling him the GOAT. Obviously, he moves up to number 1. So whoever was number 5 is no longer there, right? I don't want to put you on the spot and ask you,
we got to do realignments.
Who was number 5 on your list?
We got to do realignments, because with him being the GOAT, then
yeah,
there's criteria that has to be met based off what he just did.
But he's your GOAT right now. If you made a list, Kendrick is up there, 72-point font, fucking Times New Roman, bold, italicized, underlined. Yeah.
GOAT, fight your mama. GOAT.
Oh man. So here's where I'm at. Like, are you like, when you, I don't want to spend too much time on this. This will be a whole nother podcast. But real quick, your top 5 that you're talking about is your top 5 best all time, not like hot right now, right? Not who's current right now.
All time.
Is there anybody in your top 5 that's not actively rapping right now?
Yes.
Can I ask who that is?
I have 2. Biggie and Pop are in my top 5.
Well, it's because they can't.
Right.
They can't rap now. I mean, like, is there any like KRS-One ain't in there? Rakim ain't in there.
Rakim's in there.
Black
Rakim's
Thought ain't in
my
there.
top 5. Black Thought just dropped a new song.
Okay.
Him and Danger Mouse are coming out with
because I think that's what
that shit, it's just about to be fire.
Because I think that's the problem that people run into. Like, we could pay homage to the old heads, right? To the OGs that came in the game, changed it up, brought something different and whatnot. But I always liked, and it sucks because like sports and rap or sports and music kind of interchangeable. Because you have your, and shout out to Jar7 watching on Twitch. He says Kendrick is top 5. Like, I don't think anybody who is fucking with hip hop right now is going to debate that Kendrick is in the top 5 unless they are like a super young head and they're just like 21, Kodak, Future, like that. And they have their roles too. Like, they trap music. Pusha T right now is the king of coke rap, followed by Griselda in them. You know what I'm saying? But and here's the shit that trips me out. At my age of 42, going on 42, I listen to Kendrick and I relate to it because he's talking about real shit, especially this album. I'm just like, bro, talk about it. Talk about this shit. This shit needs to be talked about. Yes. You have the platform to do it, and you're willing to use your platform, dedicate a double disc album to these topics.
Yep.
And I love them for it. I always love when artists take risks. I'll be honest, KOD by J. Cole, I was not feeling that shit first off rip. Like, I don't know why, like it, but he was coming with a message with that one. He had a reason for making that project. And like I said, it took me about 5-6 listens, and I was just like, I see what you're doing, Cole. I see what you're fucking doing.
Yeah.
And it elevated the status of that album to me. So this one did not take it. I mean, I don't know. It took me a span over 2 or 3 days to listen to KOD that many times. Today, I was stuck on this album. Listening to every song, listening to every word. And bro, this is album of the year so far to me. And based on what is projected to come out later this year, I don't see anybody really changing my mind on this. My opinion only. You know what I'm saying? Like I get excited when a Drake record drops because I know what to expect. Yeah. It's gonna give me the chill, mellow music. He gonna throw a couple bangers on there, throw a couple trap beats on there, do his shit, and I know I'm gonna be entertained and have something to listen to in the car. This shit, like if you listen to this in the car, you got to be riding with some motherfuckers that respect this shit. You gotta,
yeah. You gotta have some intellectual motherfuckers in the car with you. You know what I mean? Like that drink wine and smoke cigars.
Some grown motherfuckers in there.
Yeah, you gotta have some.
It's got to be some
people. Yeah. You can't just have hooligans ride with you listening to this shit.
Right. But it might be a bonus podcast, or we're gonna have to do something on the salute, the next war room or something, where we're gonna have to do homework and present top 5 to the masses and be ready to defend it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk to Hip Hop Chief, Conscious Rhymes, and figure that out. But you and MRK already talked about it, and I know he was hinting to it in numerous interviews. Kendrick is 3 for 3. If he drops another one and it's timeless, bro. I know it sounds fucking blasphemous. It sounds blasphemous to say it. When you say greatest of all time, like, it sounds blasphemous to give that title to somebody with 4 albums out. When you got cats like Too Short that have dozens.
Yeah.
But these 4 albums, it's quality over quantity for me. Like when this dude makes you wait, you know it's worth it.
Yo, yeah.
You know it's worth it.
Oh yeah.
Like Dr. Dre be like, yo, wait for Detox. Wait for Detox. I'm tired of waiting for that shit, bro. And I know when you drop Detox, it's probably more of the same shit that you've been producing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're fit in this thing. Kendrick, you don't know what the fuck he doing. So when he's sitting and chilling, and I mean, bro, when I hear him on features, I get excited. When he was on Baby Keem shit, on Family Ties and Range Brothers, I was just like, y'all ain't ready for what Kendrick about to give you. Y'all ain't ready for what Kendrick about to give you. Like, he still got it. He can still come out and battle anybody out here. But he gave us this introspective, the most intimate album I have in recent memory. Artists making themselves this vulnerable to the public. All right, Jar 7 on here, not in any order. Kendrick, Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Rakim. Is that kind of what your top 5 looks like?
Yeah. Right now. So my top 5 prior to today was Biggie.
Yeah.
Not in this order, but Biggie, Pac, Jay,
right.
Rakim, and Black Thought. I'm trying to figure out who I'm kicking out, and it's probably either going to be Rakim or Biggie.
I fuck with that. I was about to do the what? Biggie got 2 albums out, bro. He got 2 albums. Yeah, they're great.
It's one of the 2, and I'm debating on what's the harder choice. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Jar says he understands if you got to keep Biggie out, but that's what we got. If y'all got other opinions, man, drop them in the comments. If y'all are bold enough to put top 5 in there, we don't need a particular order. But if you're that brave to be like, I stand by this order, cool. Just drop it in the comments. You know, we'll have a debate about it. We'll talk about it. We got to dedicate a show to this shit, man.
Oh yeah, we do.
Loving hip hop as much as we do. But how many episodes ago was it that we talked about everybody's favorite reality star, Kim Kardashian? It wasn't last episode. It was probably was it the last episode?
It was the last episode.
No, it was the one before that, where her son saw the.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, on Roblox apparently, right?
Yep.
So, how shocked would you guys be, Pitmasters, if I said Kim Kardashian is not so much back in the news, but is saying some shit to get attention for herself? Let me present to you exhibits. Well, let me introduce. So, All Deaf Music is reporting, and this is an interview she had with People magazine, that Kim reveals she struggles to dress herself without Kanye. I'm let that marinate for a bit while I take a sip.
Yeezy taught me.
This grown woman who should have a designer, a stylist, and all of this other stuff. The whole shebang. She has a makeup artist, hairdresser, everything. Says she struggles trying to dress herself without Kanye. So now I share this with you guys. Ooh. Oh, boo. This is how it's going to show up. I got y'all. Hold on. Abra Cadabra. There we go. So as you see here over here, speaking with her sister Kourtney Kardashian about the ongoing divorce proceedings, the Skims founder said she got to a point where I would ask him for advice for everything, down to what I wear. Even now, I'm having panic attacks. Like, what do I wear? Kim explained. In New York, I will say, he styled me all for S&M. She added, shouting out her ex for curating her looks for the October 2021 show, which she notably hosted in a hot pink Balenciaga jumpsuit. And this story is from People. So I ask you, Black, and this is on a serious tip.
Mm-hmm.
Branding wise, for Kim, do you feel as if leaving Kanye is going to hurt her brand moving forward? Do you feel being with Kanye is the most prominent that she will ever be in her career, to give it a word?
That's a tough question because Kim Kardashian is a brand on her own, right? But I will say that when she was with Kanye, like that shit reached a pinnacle of elegance. You know what I mean? Like she went from being Kim Kardashian, the reality star, to oh shit, she's really beautiful and she can really dress and she has a fashion sense about her now. You know what I mean? Now we're figuring out this shit was all attributed to Kanye because Kanye had the fashion sense. Kanye styled her most of the time. You know what I mean? And when you did get those glimpses of her, that was Kanye's work on full display. You know what I mean? Does it hurt her? Does it hurt her brand?
Yep.
I don't so much it does hurt her brand. But it can tarnish it just a little bit knowing Kanye was behind that shit. Where she goes from here is totally on her own. It's kind of like Amber Rose, right? When Kanye was with Amber Rose was
popularity shot up.
Yeah, she was up there. You know what I mean? She got with Wiz Khalifa, right back to earth she went. Maybe the same shit happened to Kim Kardashian. Who knows? But they did a great before and after comparison of what she dressed like before Kanye and then with Kanye. And if she goes back to that shit, then yeah, you better keep them Hulu shows on standby. You better keep that shit rolling because it's gonna be hard out here for you.
I'll say this without even checking. I would assume that once her and Kanye started their relationship, ratings for Keeping Up with the Kardashians went up because it brought a whole new audience over to their show.
Yeah.
Because more people kind of wanted a glimpse into the life of Kanye. Now that he's gone, bro, I feel like I'm glad she's happier with Pete Davidson, apparently, right? Pete Davidson's treating her well and everything. I'm happy for them. I wish them nothing but the best. But he don't have the clout and he don't have the clout that Kanye got. And Kim, you was eating off that clout. You was wearing desirable clothes that people were just like, bro, you got the new Yeezy this, the that, the this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you were squared away when it came to fashion. Like, say what you want about Kanye, brilliant businessman, knows how to market himself. He is maneuvering the business world like no other. You know, there's very few people who are very smart business wise like Kanye. Say whatever you want about him personally, his personal life, whatever he's going through, mental health stuff, but business wise, he makes winning moves. Kim benefited from that. And now that I think America is kind of over, or the world is kind of over the back and forth of them splitting up. Like, I don't know. I haven't checked the ratings of their new show on Hulu, but the fact that she keeps bringing Kanye up to get clicks and to get eyes on her new show.
Screams desperation. It's a cry for help.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, it's crazy. You know, like how you look at everybody's just like, oh, he's crazy. Yeah, I'm glad she left. Like, and it's good. Like, if he was really messing with your mind like that and tweeting you all those crazy things he was tweeting you, you said he was, and texting you all the crazy stuff. Get away from that stuff, right? You got kids to think about, and you got to move on with your life. Your life. But I think you're starting to see the effects of Kanye not being there no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're starting to see that effect. You're not getting all the his designs and shit. You know, it's not just in your closet anymore unless you go out to buy it. You know, and I'm sure she has the money to go buy it, but like, you don't have his mind telling you how to rock it, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Exactly. You have Pete Davidson.
But that comes to a bigger point. Does Kim Kardashian owe her fame? And it's comedic now that I think about it. To being tied to very prominent, at the time, black men.
Does she owe her fame to that? Yes. 100%. Listen, if she wasn't getting
like
dick down in the
every step higher, right? Every step higher in popularity was when she moved on to a relationship with another black man.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then she reached a point to where it benefited her on every level with Kanye, right? Because let me tell you something. This may sound harsh, and I don't mean to be harsh. I'm just making a comparison. She played GTA with the black dick. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how in GTA you start off, you ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have nothing. You have to work your way up to the big high rise. This is exactly what she did. Like, you start off in the ghettos, you know what I'm saying? You have nothing.
With the Ray J's?
Yeah. So you go for the Ray J, the little corner grab, you know what I'm saying? You nail that. All right, now you got a little bit more eyes on you, so you get you an NBA guy. You know what I'm saying? Then you go for the Kanye. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what she did. She worked her way up.
And now, like I didn't even consider all of that until I read this piece where I'm just like, and then I just went back and looked like Ray J, Reggie Bush, old mulatto dude, who was it? Played for the Nets. They actually got married for like 40 something days and then split up. And Kanye, I think Kanye was like her longest relationship, and then now it's like Pete Davidson. And I mean, I'm sure Pete's cool. He's cool based on what he shared, the text Kanye and him are sending back. Pete looks like he has a handle on handling his mental health issues and is trying to help Kanye, but Kanye don't want to hear it because Kanye is Kanye.
Exactly.
But you stepping out with Pete Davidson is not the same as you stepping on that red carpet with Kanye. And it is what it is at that point. I'm just shocked that she's like,
Kanye can handle that. Pete Davidson's just happy to be there. That's the biggest difference. Kanye can work the room because he knows people.
And I keep going back in my mind to this clip that I saw where Kanye was asking Kim, yo, can you chill on all the scantily clad pictures that you are posting, you know, all around on social media, the internet and stuff? And she's like, no, because that's what I do. Like that's how I got to where I am, X, Y, and Z. And props to her for standing on that hill and saying, you knew this is what I was doing when you met me. Like me doing that is probably what brought you to me, Kanye. So why am I going to stop
In
now?
all honesty, yeah.
I think Kanye was looking future sight, right? Like your beauty is not always going to be here. Like we got kids now and all this other stuff. Like before you had no kids, it was just you and whatever dude you were with. We have a daughter. We have a son. All of this stuff.
Yep.
Now. Like you might want to dial back on dressing like you're doing. And again, as a man, I feel like I can't really speak from a female's perspective and understanding that. But as a dad, I can kind of understand where Kanye was coming from. Like, can you dial that back?
Dial it back. Yeah,
bit.
dial it
She
back
was
just
like,
a little bit.
Yep. She was like, no, I will not. And I'm mad that you're asking me to do this. And Kanye was like, all right. You know, like, do you?
You grown. You grown. Oh my God, Kanye! They found the ad for the video. I fucking told you this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I fucking told you. That's what I was telling you was good.
Like
without saying it.
Yeah, like
this is what I was saying was gonna happen.
Right. And like this whole I struggle to dress without Kanye. I think it's one of the things where she's like, I gotta say something about Kanye to make people tune into the show or whatnot. Because like I feel she'll be fine. Like she's not like she don't know how to put pants and a shirt on and shit. Like she's not losing her mind. Like she can't put clothes on. She's just like, I guess my drip ain't the same. My swag, my clout, all of that. My fashion sense ain't the same. I'm not trending in fashion like I used to be when I was with you, Kanye, you know. But it is what it is at this point, you know. As long as she is emotionally better with Pete, cool. Stay there, Kim, because mental health is a thing. And if Kanye was stressing you out and you felt he was a bad influence around the children and shit, kind of fucking ironic when you're talking about your son saw your sex tape fucking ad on Roblox, which I still believe is fake as fuck at this point.
Bullshit. We need an update. Yeah. No editor from Roblox came out and was like, there was no official statement from the creators of Roblox saying we're going to ban ads on our site.
None at all.
Kardashian son saw an ad for a sex tape. They knew it was bullshit. And
my son is still going strong on Roblox, and I have yet to see an ad pop up as he's playing games, ad free. All these, not one ad pops up while playing Roblox, but maybe I fucked around and downloaded the ad-free version of it. I don't know. I doubt it, because I would have seen that charge on my fucking statement. But I think that's enough Kim K talk.
Yeah.
Another amazing piece of entertainment media dropped within last week, and we are going to be talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness in this segment of Mac and Mac at the Movies. All right, fam. We postponed last week's show. We pushed it over to the right one day.
Yep.
So we can both go see that Doctor Strange on Friday.
Yep.
What'd you think, my guy?
Oh man. First and foremost, all roads led to Doctor Strange. If you've been watching the Disney Plus shows, WandaVision, and Loki didn't necessarily lead into it. They just got to the fact that there are multiple universes out there. Yeah. They brought that fact out. What else? What If played a really huge part in this movie. It was a really key part of this movie, just based off that one episode they did. Well, all of the episodes really tied into this movie, just based on where they went and the introduction of America Gomez which is Miss Marvel. America Chavez. Sorry,
America Chavez.
Yeah, America Chavez.
Yeah.
Sorry, the actor's last name is Gomez. I always get that messed up. But yeah, the way they did this movie, brilliant. I don't know if I want to give spoilers. Can we give spoilers? It's been
Are you
a week,
able
man.
to talk about?
Yeah, it's been
Are
a
you
week.
able to do it without spoilers? Yes or no? If you can't, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! All right, we did.
I'll try to do
spoiler alert.
Yeah,
If
spoiler
you are watching
alert.
this live, or if you're listening to this post live, or you're watching this wherever you watch us at, if you have not seen Doctor Strange, appreciate you listening, appreciate you watching. Get out of here. But if you stay, you are accepting the risk that this movie will be spoiled for you. So I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. I'm telling y'all, we gonna get it into this thing. It's not gonna be small spoilers. We gonna fuck this whole movie up for you.
We're gonna fuck it up for you. All right, it's been 10 seconds. So,
all right.
So
y'all hard-headed. If y'all still here, you hard-headed. You deserve what's about to happen.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it. So the way they introduced this movie and was the fact that he had been having dreams, right? And then you see a Doctor Strange die that was from another universe. Then crosses over into the universe of Doctor Strange, right?
Yep.
So from the moment that he meets America Chavez, and they try to figure out like, why does everybody want you? And then they go into the alternate universes. The introduction of the X-Men, which I think in this movie they kind of alluded to the fact that Wanda was an X-Man based off her interaction with Professor X in this movie, who, if you did watch commercials, you know is in the Illuminati. And I love the way they did the Illuminati because you had the parts from What If tied into that, which Peggy Carter is Captain Britain, was really good. You had the Black Captain Marvel. Really huge surprise. Mr. Fantastic was in this movie, which they finally introduced the Fantastic Four to the MCU through that. And bruh, you know it's coming. You know it's coming, and you know it's gonna be awesome. You know what I'm saying? You know it's gonna be awesome. But I'm glad that they introduced that, and I'm glad that they showed how powerful Wanda was. Her being the villain, but the reason for her being the villain was, through the Darkhold, which played a really huge part in the whole movie. Bro, this movie was incredible. Incredible. How'd you feel about it?
I loved it. On the scale to 1 to 5, I was between the 4.25 and 4.5 puffs, right? And that's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. That's not bad at all. I loved it. I liked, bro, the minute he goes to talk to Wanda and she's on the orchid, right? And she's pruning the trees and all that stuff. And he's talking like, yo, I might need your help. Because this girl I have countered has these powers. And the creature that was following her had these runes. And I know that's witchcraft. And I know you a witch. You want to help me out with this? And so they're walking and
She's
talking,
like,
and she's
yeah.
like, bro, just bring America over here. Just bring America over here. I know all about running away from. And then he stops walking, and I'm just like, oh, he didn't even say the name, and Wanda knew it. And then she took that fucking illusion down, and you can see the fucking world that she was in.
Burnt that bitch
And
to a crisp.
when Wanda goes full villain, Lord Jesus, y'all
Man.
thought Thanos was a problem. Like, Wanda had the ability to be way worse than anything Thanos could have dreamed about being. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and you kind of got that sense in Endgame where Wanda was about to pull Thanos apart until he fucking was rain fire, you know, to just destroy
like,
everything down.
Do it.
Fuck everything.
Do it.
But
It's
sir,
crazy.
our troops, do it.
Hell no.
This woman is
fucking
about to destroy you.
Fuck them kids.
But actually
Rain.
seeing, and it was the Wanda was an Avenger. Everybody who has just been watching MCU, right? And this is speaking strictly from somebody who, not me, like I dabble in, I do the research on YouTube and whatnot to know the backstories, because MCU isn't going to lay everything out verbatim from the comics. But the casual fan who just watched the MCU is in love with Wanda because they think Wanda's a good guy.
No.
To
Wanda
see
was
that
always
flip, well, you know she's always evil, but I'm saying the casual fan who has been watching is like, but she's a good guy. She helps the Avengers. To see that she is willing to go 100% off tracks because she wants to be a mom so bad.
Oh yeah.
Vision dying did something to her that put the world in jeopardy. And I was joking while I was watching the movie, like, man, these motherfuckers, these superpowered people just need to not fall in love with anybody, because love will make a motherfucker do crazy shit. And sure enough, Wanda started doing crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Wanda was just, fuck it. I got kids in other galaxies, other universes. I'm gonna go to them. They ain't here. They're real in other galaxies, universes. I'm going there. And then the part that hit me when Strange was just like, so you're gonna go there. What are you gonna do with the actual Wanda in that universe? And she ain't answered, because you knew what she was finna do. That bitch gotta go.
Fuck that bitch.
I'm gonna kill her and I'm gonna take her place.
Hell
right?
Yeah.
The horror aspect, having her be a full witch, reminded me of like Japanese horror movies and how like they dealt with the supernatural. The part that really creeped me out is like when she goes to fucking to fuck up all the sorcerers at their temple, and they try to lock her out, and she starts popping up in the reflections in the pools.
Oh man, yeah.
In the room. And then they forget to cover the gong that has a reflection, and she starts like disfiguring herself to crawl out of the fucking gong to jump. Bro, I'm just like, yo, Wanda is not for play.
Yeah,
Wanda is not for play.
She about that action, boss. She about that action. Wanda was like, hey man, I got kids in other universes. You know what I'm saying? Get me to them, or everybody dies.
Yep.
Right. Get me to my kids.
So AD is talking in the comments. AD's in the comments talking about the fight with the Illuminati. So, for those who don't know, so our current universe that we have been watching the MCU in is 616, Earth 6 or Universe 616. Yep. They end up in Universe 838, where that versions of Carl Mordo, if you recall in the first Doctor Strange, was the black dude who was just like, bro, y'all wild. Sorcerer Supreme was really with the dark arts and all that stuff. Everything I've known has been a lie. I'm out of here, right? So as America and Doctor Strange escape from Wanda in 616, they end up in 838. And that's when they come across the Sanctum, where Carl Mordo is the Sorcerer Supreme, with his Tyler Perry cornrow dread wig that he had on. The minute he came out with that thing, I bust out laughing. I was like, is this filmed in Tyler Perry Studios? Because it looks like a Tyler Perry Studio type wig, man. Like,
Tyler,
like it's been a while since we've seen you, Carl. You couldn't grow out enough hair to get the lace front.
Not in that amount of time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he came out with them weak ass dreads and shit or whatever. But then he gets taken to the Illuminati, which was like my favorite part because, oh man, because it let me know for certain, 100% certain, that the MCU now has the licenses for Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Yep.
And it felt good to see that shit. It felt good because I know Fantastic Four movie is coming and they're gonna redo that X-Men shit right.
And it's gonna be good.
So the Illuminati, Charles Xavier, obviously, who was played by Patrick Stewart, he came out in the old school X-Men 90s animated yellow hover chair. You had, of course, Carl Mordo, the Sorcerer Supreme. Captain Carter, the first Avenger, right? So instead of Steve Rogers, it was Captain Carter. So if you've seen episode 1 of What If, you kind of know what that's about. So Peggy Carter took the serum. You had Maria Rambeau, right? In that universe, if you've seen Captain Marvel, she was Claire's, homegirl.
Yeah.
Yep. Test pilot, the black pilot from that one who flew the spaceship up there. You had Black Bolt from the Inhumans show, which I didn't watch. I heard it was trash, but Black Bolt was in there. And then you had Reed Richards, Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic himself, played by John Krasinski.
Yep.
AKA Jim from The Office. And I was so stoked to see that man. I was like, boy, MCU is not pulling. Boy, they're getting the big names. Boy, they're getting the peoples out here. They getting the peoples out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the whole theater popped when they showed him. Everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, it was. When
awesome. They were like the smartest man alive, Reed Richards, and that portal came up. He's like, brrr. I was like, oh, it's Jim from The Office. It's my boy Jim. Where's Pam? But it was exciting to see, man. It was exciting to see. And the funny part is, Stranger's talking to him. He's like, y'all have no idea what the fuck's on the way here. Scarlet Witch is coming. And they were so cocky. They was like, bro, we could deal with a dream walking witch. We could deal with a dream walking witch. You know what I'm saying? And they could not. So
Wanda gave them the
let's talk about that fight, man. How do you feel about how easy Scarlet Witch dispatched of the Illuminati? The world's, at the time, the world's smartest, most powerful individuals in that universe. How do you feel about how easily she dispatched of them?
Bro, y'all thought Invincible was bad? Wanda came in that bitch on 10. On 10. And was like, I got this shit.
No shoes.
I got this shit.
No shoes. A flowy tank top. Limping because she walked on glass.
Hell yeah.
Wash.
Gave them the
strongest
business.
The strongest superhumans in that universe.
Yo, here's a comment. So this was my favorite part. It was like she took Black Bolt's mouth away. It was like all he has to do is talk, and you out of here, baby. And she was like, "Talk with
Reed
what?"
Richards was out of pocket. Wanda, Black Bolt can eliminate you with one whisper from his mouth. What mouth?
What mouth?
That motherfucker was like,
Matrix. I'm in the Matrix. fuck is going on?
Bro, blew his ass up. Blew him
Yeah,
up.
oh.
Right?
Charms to yourself.
Which I could care less about. I felt some type of way because they kind of displayed a little bit of his power when they showed how they destroyed Doctor Strange in 838. Like he walked up to him, he was like, "I'm sorry," and just obliterated that motherfucker. Obliterated. So he's strong. He's strong.
She was like, "Sing this
She
song."
was just like,
head,
"You have no
bitch.
mouth. Like without a mouth, you're no threat." Whoop. I'll take that. He was gone. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't feel a type of way when she got rid of Reed Richards. I will say though, I was hyped when he was like, "I also have children," because that let me know Franklin's out there in these streets. And if you dabble or you don't, you can YouTube, Franklin Reed and see what that motherfucker's about, because he's about that business.
Hey,
Omega level.
Real quick.
That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Real quick. In one of these universes, the son of Reed Richards. In one of these universes, the son of Reed Richards, or Reed Richards is the son of somebody. So it's either the son of Reed Richards, or Reed Richards is the son of Kang the Conqueror. In one of these universes. I gotta go back. I've been drinking, so that's going to come into play.
Bro, when he said that, I was just like, "Oh man, this is they good for the next 20 years at least." Like they got stories, they got arts they can follow. I will be 60 whatever years old, geeked in a theater for MCU movies.
Yes.
Geeked. But I felt some kind of way with how he was just dispatched. I was just like, I would have loved to have seen a Fantastic Four movie with Krasinski as Reed Richards. Maybe they'll do it in another universe or something,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Over in our universe of 616. But I felt some type of way because I was just like, get out of Reed, and he threw that fucking extendo punch from a la Dasium from Street Fighter, and she was like, "Bro, miss me with that shit," and shredded his ass. Literally. Crosscut shredder. Like Comsec is how Comsec can't even be shredded as good as he was.
He was done. He was done.
So then we roll into Captain Carter and then Ms. Marvel. The fight between them. What did you think about that battle?
I thought that was a really good battle. It was really entertaining. So when she hit Miss Marvel, when she hit Captain Britain with that goddamn, look, somebody said she hit her with that Destructo disc. I was like, ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. Right through a body.
Right after the classic Captain America line. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right after
I could do this all day.
I could do, like, everybody cheered in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, I knew she was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I knew she was gonna say it. Like, I said it before. I was like, ooh, she gonna say I can do this all day. When she said it, I was like, yeah. And then it was like, shit. Well, damn.
The fuck you can't. You can't do this all day anymore. You could do this for about half the day.
You thought. Oh. Oh, it's still too soon, bro. You can do it for half the day.
Half the day, maybe. All day.
So I will say,
not so sure.
So let me ask you this, because I've been asking everybody. Captain Marvel and her. Do you think how she dispatched of Captain Marvel was legit, or do you think it was like, I wasn't really feeling it? You know what I'm
You
saying?
had to because on the scale of trying to make her the villain, I understood it. But in reality, Captain Marvel will probably fuck Wanda up.
Now let me say this, because we talked about this on Saturday Night Nerds last week. Rob Gibbons, who does the comic wars and is about as into the comics as you can get, kind of on par with where you're at and where Jedi is at, fits most. Mm-hmm. In that universe, like in 616, she is infused not only by the power from the engine that hit her, but also from the Tesseract and all that stuff. Right? So she has Infinity Stone level power. I'm unaware is if Monica, her power is also infused by an Infinity Stone, or is it just from the energy from the engine of the test plane, the experimental engine that they were using? Because Rob was like, we're not sure if 100% this universe's Captain Marvel has the Tesseract power in her, which is why Wanda was able to beat her, because she has the Infinity Stone power inside of her. So that's why it was a close battle. Like it looked like it was going to be a stalemate, but then she hit her with that statue shit, and I was just like Monica couldn't fucking zap that statue or fucking catch it and hold it and push it away, or that's where I was at with that. Like, I felt like that was a cop-out kill.
It probably was. And again, looking at the movie, I didn't put too much energy towards it because I understood where they were going with it. Like Monica Rambeau had to lose that fight. She had to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You couldn't do anything else but have her lose that fight. But in reality, Captain Marvel wins that fight. She wins that fight. Like, she probably could have fucked up Thanos. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit.
So now it comes to this one. This is where I called absolute bullshit. Her mind is stronger than Professor Xavier's mind?
No.
Okay.
Because in the classes of mutants, she's not even ranked that high. Even though she is the Scarlet Witch. She's a level 4 mutant.
Yep. That's the one death, like outside of Captain Marvel's, but I think Rob explained it to a point where I can be like, all right, I see that,
Yeah.
But he also disagreed with the ease at which Professor Xavier was taken out. And I get it. Patrick Stewart's old. He probably wasn't there to do all that shit. But when he showed up in that dream world wearing that motherfucking outfit from Burlington Coat Factory, the black turtleneck with the fucking the fucking Bahama Bay slacks and shit. I just, Wanda is strong, but that wasn't the OG. Like, that is Wanda dream walking into another person. You know what I'm saying? So plus after fighting the Illuminati and all that, like, she should have been at level of fatigue to where Professor Xavier could have just easily manipulated her and dispatched of her. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I would have done. Here's what I would have done. Right? If Wanda was able to dispatch of Professor X that easily, it's because Wanda is a Nexus human or a Nexus being, right? Meaning there's only one of her. There's multiple copies of her, but there's only one of her that has that power, right? So she can dream walk and bring that power into other universes. The other people don't have the power that they do in other universes. And she's able to defeat them easier because she does have that power. And I don't know if that's what they were actually going for. Yep.
About to build the iPhone 14 and shit. He was.
Hey,
That motherfucker was
talk to
walking in
them.
the
Talk to them real quick. I gotta go. I gotta go refill.
All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah, but that's probably the biggest cop out. And AD said it. Like it was a cop out. But I get you got to make the movie go along. So I felt some type of way about that. But let me just say this. That wasn't the biggest thing I had an issue. That wasn't like the, I guess you could say, corniest part of the movie. When he went to the sanctum that was the incursion was happening in, and he had to fight the Doctor Strange from whatever universe was getting pulled in there, who had the dark hold. What did y'all think about that fight with the musical notes? Of all the things Doctor Strange can create and manifest and all of that stuff, what did y'all think about the duel of the musical notes? Is all I want to ask. And I'll give it a second. Let y'all jump in here and share your thoughts. But I'm guessing you can tell by the tone of my voice and how I'm leading into this fight. I thought it was like, what is happening in this movie? Like, this movie was, it's good, but I guess every movie needs that one scene where you're just like, what in the entire fuck is happening right now? Because that was me in the theater when they were Battle of the Beats. You know what I'm saying? I felt musical battles. Scott Pilgrim did it better with the bass battle between Scott and Todd. Evil X number 3. It was just like, can you not just throw the piano at this motherfucker? You just using the sheet music, and he's just gonna throw the sheet like the. It was a scene I could do without. It was a very, and AD said it was very Disney. It was a very Disney scene that I could have done without. But I get it. You know, it was a whole thing. The reincarnation back into the dead Strange in 616. I thought it was a nice callback because he buried the Strange from the other universe in the beginning of the movie, and now he's utilizing him to get back into 616 using the dark hold and all of that stuff. But let me ask y'all this. What did you think about how Wanda was defeated? She saw the kids were scared of her. So she was like, I am getting rid of the dark hold and I am sacrificing myself to do this. How did you guys feel about that ending? Because I don't know if they were just like, bro, this movie's going over 2 hours. We gotta figure out a way to defeat this very powerful threat. So let's just let her see the kids being scared of her, and then she'll feel regret and remorse, and she'll go destroy the Darkhold's temple and destroy herself in the process, and that'll be the end of Wanda. That's gonna end. That's gonna end the major threat in the film. So I thought that was kind of weird because Professor X, being the Omega mutant that he is, to be able to just show people different realities, he could have just showed Wanda that from the start in their battle and had Wanda calm the fuck down. But he didn't do that. He was just trying to grab the imprisoned Wanda out of this fucking World War II bunker. That didn't work. Taylor says, I think Wanda's defeat was hella realistic. Like, a parent would be devastated if their kids did that shit. And I agree. As a parent, like I said, I felt her pain. But I'm just... like, I think Doctor Strange kind of was hinting towards that. Like, bro, you're going to kill their mom and try to, like that. The kids aren't really going to fuck with you, Side note, let me just say, Wanda's kids in that universe were extra hella corny. Super. Can I have ice cream? No. Mom, come here. It's super important. Come on, Mom. Mom, please. Mom, come here. It's super important. Okay. Are you going to go or am I
More
going to go? No, I want
Ovaltine,
to go. You go.
please.
No, I'm going to go. You go. Okay. How about you both go? We would like some ice cream because we'll be good.
Man, take y'all ass to bed. I'm
I'll
going to
take
bed.
y'all damn Chip and Dale, Rescue Ranger, Chipmunks, singing
Y'all
asses
ass
to bed.
To bed.
Get your
Hell
ass
no.
upstairs. No goddamn ice cream for y'all singing asses. Out here
Hell
sounding
no.
like, prepubescent, prepubescent. I can't say the fucking word. I've been drinking. I mean, it sounded corny as fuck. Damn boy band wannabe. Man, go to sleep.
Hell yeah. So long, farewell, Avita. Say fuck you.
Yeah. Cream, cause we'll be good. I said no. God
Y'all
damn it.
ass to bed.
Corny ass song.
Who the fuck taught y'all this shit? Because it wasn't me. I don't be walking around singing this shit all day.
AD says that bullshit ice cream song won't work at Brown Homes.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't American Idol. This ain't auditions. Get your ass.
You gonna be singing? I bet your ass be singing in church this Sunday. I bet that. Don't sing for ice cream, but won't sing for Jesus.
Lead solo.
Put him in the front.
Lead solo.
Put him in the front.
Yep. Nah. Sing like you were singing about that ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Sing about how you were singing. Sing that same energy. The same energy you had for ice cream, have it for Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
The same energy you had for ice cream, have it for Jesus.
Sing for Jesus, boy.
Oh.
It's my son
But
right there.
In credit scene, or was it the mid credit?
Mid credit, because the end credit was
no. It was mid credit. Clea shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Charlize Theron's fine ass shows up as Clea. Hey, bro, strange. Incursions is popping off. You ready? Then she opens that portal and you see the fucking the dark. Was it Dark Dimension? Is that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
Where if you have seen Doctor Strange, the first movie, you know that's where your boy Dormammu stays. And big. Look at Alexa. Ain't nobody said your name, Alexa. Stop. Shut your ass up.
Did you call for me?
Just
sir?
like a woman. Just like a woman jumping in here. Actually, shut up, Alexa. Alexa. Stop.
But you said
That little light keeps
Charlize.
going about. Yeah.
Yeah.
You not her. But and then a little tidbit, if you don't know, Clea is actually the niece of Dormammu. Dormammu is Clea's uncle. So
I think he married in the comics.
He
either marries her or he has some type of relationship with her in the comics.
Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange marries her. She becomes Mrs. Strange.
Yeah.
He's done with Christine. Like Rachel McAdams, you had your shot. You had your shot. I will say this. I will say this. And Apple caught me laughing at this part. So in 616, he goes to this wedding. And so like when he walks into church, right? And he's like, excuse me, and he walks past that black dude and he sits down. And then old boy sits next to him, was like, so you want to be the hero, blah, 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 but you didn't even get the girl. And I'm just like, oh shit, it's the wedding for Christine. And she walks up there and she's marrying that black dude. I'm just like, Steven, you can do a lot of shit, Steven. You can do a lot of shit, Steven, but you can't do what he's doing to Christine right now. My God, you
Honeymoon about to be turned.
Bro, I was like, hey, it's a
Hey, buddy about to take her to Jamaica. You know what I'm talking about?
Steven, you can do some things, boy, but you can't do what that brother doing to Christine.
Mm-hmm. Them vacation trips about to be lit. Pre-kid vacation trips. She gone.
She up there. She done messed around she got Justin Slade. You know what I'm saying? She got Mr. Oh, he left the chat. Blood, get back in here, bro.
God damn it!
Get back in here, man.
I laughed so hard I put myself out of the damn studio.
She got Mr. Marcus. You know what I'm saying? She got Lex Field. My guy. You know what I'm saying? Brian Pumped. You know what I'm talking about?
She got that Mr. Mendingo. You know what I'm saying? She out there. She out of there.
Got Richard Mand out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like you say, how? Listen, Pitmasters. Let me just take a little bit of time. I know we're running long, but I just have to get this point out. You saved the universe, defeated the galactic threat that was Thanos twice. Turn back time. You know, irritated Dormammu to the point where he left Earth alone. You have the power to do that. And all this brother did was come through and lay that. In the words of the homie Keith Baker, Uncle Keith, he laid that coon foot down on her. The coon foot was laid properly on Christine. And
Perfect
Christine
alignment.
Was like, I know a guy who is so powerful, who is the sorcerer supreme for this universe. But what you just did to me, Jamal, I can't let that go.
Jamal. Yeah, Jamal. Come here, Jamal.
I can't let that go, Tyrone. I'm with you. You know, and he seemed so confident. Like, brother was up there marrying her, was at the reception and shit. He knew Stephen Strange was up in there. He was like, I ain't worried about that shit. I ain't worried about this, man.
I touched the bottom of it.
Knocked the bottom
all that
out.
Magic. Yep, all that magic couldn't make him touch the back of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm done. Bro, hilarious. I was just like, it's a lot of things Doctor Strange can do, but apparently he can't do that.
You got to pull the hair. You got to do the spell. You know what I'm saying? Where her hair is pulled, and your projection is in front of her talking shit to get her back. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Like, you got to pull her hair and then astral project yourself in front of her. Like, you like this shit, don't you?
Bro, them powers don't do nothing. Cause you seen Watchmen, right? You seen Dr. Manhattan. He was out there calling himself, trying to give her all the pleasure and shit. And then she just rolled with Owlman.
Yep.
You know, Owlman was just
Dr. Manhattan walking out here destroying cities with a 40-inch dick swinging in the wind as he does it. She gone.
You see, and that's the thing. Like, you see that shit, bro. I saw Watchmen in IMAX, bro. This is the worst decision I made in my life. Seeing Watchmen in IMAX, bro. Look at the oh my god. Oh my bro. You closed your eyes, you can still see it. The blue was so bright, just swinging back and forth.
Just the translucent peen just
bro. Yeah, bro.
This motherfucker walking out there
destroying Vietnam. Like,
look
bro,
at my dick as I burn your town to ashes.
You can't materialize draws. You can't materialize draws.
He's a nudist.
Give me the respect. You're about to disintegrate me in my whole country.
I gotta look at this big ass dick and die. You know what I'm saying? Look at my dick and die, motherfuckers.
That's the last thing I see.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I see.
That's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful.
Bro,
Bitch, I'm out here naked.
This is against LOAC. This is against LOAC.
Bro, something. It's against something. Like, bitch, y'all,
This
look
is
at my
a
dick
war
while I
crime,
kill
sir.
The big blue dick is just here to freeze you. Yeah.
Slang wang with
just,
it. Slang wang with it. Slang wang with it. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, all right, back to it. That's the ultimate swag, man. He said you gonna die and my
dick.
Fuck out there.
That's what I'm saying. It was genius.
All right.
Like, look at this big ass dick just swinging in the wind. Bitch, die.
And y'all
You know
can't
what
do
I
shit
mean?
about it.
I know your woman want it. Die. Keep the women. Die. When I come back to regular size, it's still big. You know what I'm saying? Flex.
All right. So, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Out of 5 puffs, what you giving it?
I'm gonna give it 4 1/4 because I think we talked about this last week, and I was like 4 1/4 on it last week. Because I was in between 4 and 4.5, but I'm gonna go with solid 4 1/4.
I'm with you. 4 1/4 still. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Well, first of all, if you're still watching and you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. We told y'all what it was.
Bad.
Spoilers was coming. But yeah, I would recommend that movie to anybody who is even if you're not following the MCU, it's still a good watch. It's a good time, good action, good visuals, all of that good stuff. I agree. I gave Spider-Man No Way Home. I want to go back. I want to say 4.5. I don't think I went all in with the 5, but
I want 4.5 on that.
I think No Way Home was better than Multiverse of Madness. That's just me.
I agree.
If they would have had more rumored cameos to pop up, I would have been geeking the whole way. But 4 1/4 is where I'm at. All right, final shots and thoughts, bro. What you got for
them? Just make sure y'all follow the brand. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. Even on Twitch, man, we have some Twitch comments in here tonight. So shout out to Jar7 with the Twitch comments, man. Looks like we gaining a little bit of traction over there too. So that's dope. Make sure y'all follow the brand. Like I said, we are going to try to do a Instacart giveaway sometime this weekend. So our patrons, especially if you're on Patreon, tune into the messages. Make sure y'all responding and y'all get in on this. If you're not a part of the Patreon, again, it's patreon.com/thatfeelinpodcast. Y'all come join. Like I said, we're going to try to give more to our patrons. So we got another No Gimmick show planned for you guys. Yeah, man, just tune in to the brand. Thank y'all very much for tuning in tonight. This was a special day for both of us. So,
yes,
yeah, we did the best we could. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed it. So, that's all I got.
Sometime tomorrow for our patrons, just expect a notification of the inaugural episode of Prove Me Wrong podcast, sports-centered, sports-centric podcast. So we'll be talking about some things. Biggest thing going on right now is the playoffs.
Yep.
MVP, Joel Embiid came in second to your boy Jokic. James Harden didn't show up in the playoff game. Doc Rivers looks like a bad coach. NFL's coming up. A lot of things to talk about sports-wise. So if you haven't followed Prove Me Wrong podcast fan group or just the podcast page, but you'll get the notification on the That Feeling Podcast Network, obviously, when it goes, when we post it there. So how we're going to work this will be live for patrons to comment on and, kind of interact with the show. The video will be posted in the DFPN and the Prove Me Wrong page. So you can watch and listen and probably leave comments. But for live interaction, it'll just be for the Patreon. So it's another thing we're doing to get the patrons more access to interact and kind of steer the direction of the shows and stuff, if you will. So stay tuned for that. We'll get you, when we figure out and hammer out a time, we'll post that and let you guys know so you can be ready to tune in if you can join in. Outside of that, end of June, you know what that is, the quarterly $100 giveaway for our patrons. And then expect some live watch parties. I know you and Frankie D been talking about watching some of the weekly wrestling programs, live watch, comments, give reactions and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty dope. Breaking down the classics, East Midi 110. They're obviously cranking out the episodes. Real Food's coming out. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. So Patreon members, patrons, you're gonna be getting stuff that has been promised to you, and we have not forgot about that promise. We are going to fulfill that and give you access that everybody else is not getting, to show our appreciation for you guys supporting us the way you do.
Yep.
But that's all I got for him, man.
That's it, man. So
cool.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to thank y'all for tuning in to episode 78 of the SmokePit podcast here on the DFPN. Hopefully y'all come back next week. Till then, have love, make sex. Peace.
I'll holla.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.